Now, Father Paul Michael desired to be a doctor in order to heal others, give back, and eventually be able to provide for his own family. Hence, he began majoring in biology, where he devoted tons of time to classwork while being the class president. But little did he know that the Lord had other plans for him. It wasn't until his sophomore year at Texas A&M where he experienced some pivotal and life-changing moments.
But I realized I didn't really love science as much as I thought I did, and I wanted to really get away. And so I found out this great opportunity to attend what's called a silent retreat. So it was an abbreviated version of a silent retreat. So it was a 5-day silent retreat during spring break. Here I am, really a lot of sacrifice, right, in college to go away, but enter into a silent retreat. And it was just the most life-changing experience that I've ever had, I would say. And here's the reason why, is because, you enter into the silence and it's led, so there's conferences that are led by a priest, and then you also meet with a spiritual director on a daily basis to kind of converse and just talk about how your prayer is going with the Lord. But everything's in silence, so other than that, everything else is in silence. So like you eat your meals in silence and walking around in silence, and it's just really remarkable. So I highly recommend for those who want to get away, enter into a silent retreat. And a beautiful thing happened. So, there was daily mass being celebrated. And then on the last day, on the 5th day, after receiving our Lord in the Eucharist, right, we have that beautiful time of silence and reflection and meditation after you receive communion. And literally, kid you not, heard this voice in my prayer saying, "Will you tend to my sheep? Will you feed my sheep? And will you lead my sheep?" Yeah, and it's a silent retreat, right? So I looked to my left and to my right, like, no one said anything to me because they were all praying very silently and meditatively. And, from that point on, it could only be the Lord, right? It was only the Lord who spoke to me and invited me into this call. And, at that time, I was like, what does this even mean? Like, what? And of course I was shocked. Is this really you? Like, or is it me? Or like, what is this kind of thing? But it was that point forward where I did what's called praying through discernment, right? So discernment is sifting information. So to be able to sift and to be able to distinguish and to be able to understand things and information in this life, right? And so for me, it was discerning, what did these words mean to me? Was God calling me to feed like children, like physical children, right? Like to have my own children and have a family life, have a spouse, right? To lead my little flock, right? Or was he calling me for the priesthood, right? To be a spiritual father, to have spiritual children, to be betrothed to the bride of Christ, which is the church.